All right, welcome back. Lots to get to, so let's get right to it. Your Phillies are 28 and 33. We suck. When I joined you last time on May 4th or 5th, we were 18 and 15. And now we are, as I showed you, 28 and 33. Not that good. Eight games back. Let's see what had happened from May until now. All right, here's how things went. So we won here on May 5th, and then we lost, what's that, 5 in a row. Win, loss, just not doing well. A couple close games, couple extra inning games, but just not doing that well at all. Check out here in June, and we lost here 3 straight to start June. Check out the info here. And, kind of right on par with what our projected record should be. 7-13 and one-run games, not that good. Just not good. This team is just not that good. Least amount of strikeouts, second most stolen bases, base running solid, third most home runs, but just almost dead last in batting average, almost dead last in on base, pitching wise. Just not that good. Defense isn't that good. So just not that good. But let's, today was also the draft. I already did the draft, so let's hop in and see who I took. All right, and here was my draft. My first overall pick was Jeff Barnett, drafted 23rd overall. Looked pretty good, very good center fielder. Great contact, not going to strike out, good leadoff guy. Defense is very, very good. OSA likes him as well. So here's my first pick there. You can see here's kind of what I did here. Gross was pretty good. Shortstop, second base. Was looking for starting pitching. Not much great starting pitching. Kind of when I came around, asked my scout who I should take a bunch of times. He recommended taking a bunch of these infield guys. I know I have a couple of guys I drafted the last couple of years playing infield, but it's always good to have assets. Always good to have athletes. It's a good second base. Another shortstop here. This Cabo guy is very, very good defensively, as you can see. Can't really hit that much, but he can play anywhere on the field. He has experience at 6 positions here, so he could be. He's 12th round draft pick, should be okay. Let's kind of take a quick look here around. Towards that 12 batters overall. Take a look at batting potential. There's potential rating. Kind of look around here, contact wise, gap. Power. Let's kind of go through this real quick. Yeah, this Reef guy got a little pop here. He was a late round draft pick, wasn't he? 17th, middle rounds. First baseman, good power bat to have in the system. Didn't really get any guys with any great eyes. Kind of unfortunate, but a lot of guys won't strike out. So that's good to see there. We'll take a quick look here at OSA, kind of see what they think of there. So contact, Grouse, Zingo, Barnett could be good up the middle. Gap power. Wise, Reef, and this Jason Jones guys could be pretty good here. Third base, plays good defensively. Big body, 6'4", 205. Does have some catching ability, which is kind of weird, but he kind of isn't that good. He's a college guy, so could be okay there. Eye-wise, nothing. Eye potential, strikeouts. So that's what's happening there. We'll check out all starters here. Only got 7 starters, couple okay bodies. This Vittle guy and Hodges. Take a look at him. Not great overall. Again, my scout recommended him. The game kind of likes him. My scout doesn't. Went to Florida, so good competition. Hodges as well, I think he's a high school guy. 19 years old. So could be okay. Movement's not there. Stuff could get there. Fastball is okay. Slider, changeup doesn't develop, so a 2-pitch pitcher. Could say a bullpen guy. So see what happens and check out relievers. No big great relieving. That's OSA. And then but Nathan. Again, it's not so much about ratings and stuff. Kind of look at their stats. Kind of look at these. So wasn't really great pitching-wise, which will lead to what's coming up here in a second. Made some trades. Spoiler alert. I'll get to that in a second. But so it was a decent draft. Barnett was really the top guy there. This Grouse guy's pretty good at shortstop, and Zingo at second. And it kind of fades off from there. So we'll see. Take a look here at negotiate. Barnett wants $6 million. I'm gonna give it to him, and the other guys are pretty much slot. He was a little bit below slot. He was way below slot. This vital guy got him in the 4th round, and then Jones was right below slot as well. So see what happens there. And I think that's all I wanted to go over. So now let's get into the trades that I made here, and some pretty big trades. Let's hop into the mailbox and show you what happened. Alright, so we'll start here at the bottom. Kind of minor trade. So we acquired Joey Lancelotti from Cincinnati for minor leaguers Simon Mazzotti and Ben Joyce. So show you what happened with Mazzotti. So he was a AAA guy, 4A guy. Didn't really do much in the majors. Kind of bouncing around, kind of fading off. But I think the Reds need some outfield depth, so trade him away. So he goes away. Also gave them Ben Joyce, middle reliever guy. He's a star, but it's a middle organizational guy. Not doing great for me. Does have a little bit of good potential. He's 25. Was in AA for me. Will be in AA for them as well. So, a little depth for them. So nice little, 4A outfielder. Nice little, AA, AAA pitcher. Picked up Joey Lancelotti, who made his major league debut a couple years ago. I do need bullpen depth. So as much as I'm rebuilding, but I'm kind of looking towards the future and looking towards the now. So he looks okay. He's 43, 44, and 45, 45. Looks pretty good. Not great overall. Decent stats. Decent ratings. See what happens with him. 5'10", 200. So a decent reliever. 28 years old, kind of old. So again, maybe a couple years that you have in him. But we'll see what happens with him. Next trade. Trade with Nelson Velasquez. And picked up C.J. Carter. So Velasquez wasn't doing great for me. He's kind of a middling guy. Stats aren't great. Strikes out a decent amount. Was only batting 207. Would give me a little bit of pop off the bench. He's obviously very good ratings-wise. Defensively, can play left or right, but when we go to his actual stats, just never really did anything great. I mean, didn't really have many chances, but, it was a .4 in right field, a -1. Even this year was a .8, and a little bit better. So really, as much as his ratings are good, I guess didn't give him many chances, but, over 1,300 innings, even 1,500, you include that. He's pretty much a zero, defense guy. And the bat isn't great. He's 27, getting a little bit older, but looks like the Marlins are going to keep him up on the roster. See what happens. Picked up another reliever here, another aging reliever, but 29 years old. Liked his ratings. Stats been pretty good. Decent amount of strikeouts. So it is a submariner. Those do play kind of well. So we'll see. Maybe a little bit of experimentation. I mean, you have a submariner before. His ratings went up and down a little bit. He's trying to fade off a little bit. So we'll see. Yes, so Lancelotti and Carter to the bullpen. Kind of switch things up. And then this is the big trade here. It's highlighting barely. Don't know why, but here's what the trade is. Philadelphia Phillies have traded to the Twins 26-year-old Joe Boyle, 27-year-old Nick Gonzalez, 27-year-old catcher Patrick Bailey, and 24-year-old left-hander Keener Alfaro, in exchange for 21-year-old minor league pitcher Tony Grigo and 23-year-old minor leaguer Jake Higgins. So let's break down this trade. We'll start from the top. Joe Boyle, as I said before, not really happy with him, not really enamored. Not doing well for us this year. He's been up now for 3 years consecutively. Just really hasn't done that well. -1 WAR, 0.4, -3 this year. Gives up a hell lot of home runs. 3 home runs in 19 innings. Walks a lot, 6 innings over 9. 6 walks over 9. Doesn't strike out that much. Almost 1 home run, 2 home runs there. Again, his ratings are great. He has great ratings. The Twins, made him his closer. He was unhappy with us. Just not sure what went wrong. I mean, he was a 35th round draft pick for us when we drafted him. So we did get very good talent randomness out of him. And his stats have kind of dropped off a little bit the last couple years. Did they, or am I just making things up? Yeah, stuff kind of dropped off. Movement's always been pretty consistent. We'll kind of scroll down here. Yeah, I guess he's been consistent. Actually getting a little bit better, over the year, but just wasn't really great for us. As a power pitcher, fly ball pitcher, does throw a lot, but just it does throw pretty hard, but just wasn't great. The ERA plus was is below average this year, right at average, right at 100, even before that in AAA. So really hasn't been great. I kind of was fed up with him, kind of done with him, and now watch him be like the best closer in baseball now for the Twins, and but just really unhappy with him. And also speaking of unhappy, kind of bittersweet here with Nick Gonzalez, our first draft pick back in 2020, I think 15th overall. And maybe I expected more out of him, first round draft pick. He's been up now with us for 4 years. Was great in AAA back in 2022. Had a big breakout year. Look, he was 4. Back in 2021. Went up to AA, didn't do great. Back and forth, went to AAA, did great. Then wasn't great with us. First year played 77 games and played a full year in 2024. Had 2.4 WAR, which is respectable. Batting .250, 30 home runs. It was okay for us. It was good. Then last year really dropped off. Actually, he played every single game. 700 at bats, led the majors. Hits went up a little bit more. I mean, you have, was that 50 more bats, only got 4 more hits. Wasn't great. Home runs dropped off a little bit. Did walk a little bit more, struck out a little bit more. A couple of stolen bases, bat 244. Then this year, 52 games, just not great. A couple home runs, couple base knocks, walks are okay, 253. Just not great. Just wasn't great for us. But the fielding is what really did it for me. It's just been atrocious. Last year was a negative 10.7. Really hurt us last year. Just negative for his whole career. Even this year, negative 3.3. Just awful. And that really hurt us. So I mean, you're not going to hit that well, and you play atrocious defense, really bad. I tried batting leadoff. First, second, batting 7th, 9th, 8th, batting bottom of the lineup, moving around. Just couldn't do anything with them. Also traded with Patrick Bailey. Apparently they need a backup catcher. They liked him, and it looks like he's going to stick on a major league roster. He did good defensively, not great offensively. A couple good pinch hits this year. Did start. He had 19 games this year, but they wanted a catcher. Good ratings overall. Bats okay, not terrible. Half a WAR up from replacement, so pretty solid. And then just a throw-in guy. Keenan Alfaro is a low, single A guy. Did play a little bit double A for me. But decent potential. 35-48 for my scout. And 32-46 for the game. Just a throw-in guy. It wasn't doing great this year for me. But it's a throw-in guy for them. And what I got back, I feel is a pretty good haul. I traded away, was it 1, 2, 5 guys for 2. Looks kind of lopsided. I did trade away Boyle, who's the closer now. Gonzalez, who could be the second baseman or backup. Bailey, who looks like he's a backup catcher. And Alfaro, who's a double A guy, or single A guy, excuse me. I'm going to go with this guy first. Tony Grigo, the 9th overall prospect in baseball. Ratings don't look great. Off to a pretty good start so far. A 34.66 for the game. And a 30.80. 30.80 for the game. And then a 34.66 for my scout. Take a look at his history. He was a international complex guy. Was having a pretty good year. He's only in single A. Only been with him for 3 years now. Really in professional ball. Was having a pretty good year. ERA plus of 160. So picked him up. 9th overall prospect in all of baseball. So great to see that. Hopefully, his stuff gets the movement will be good. The control, all his pitches will be above average. That changeup, if it develops, will be great. So very, very good. And also got Jake Higgins, also the 53rd overall prospect in baseball. Got a little cup of coffee up in Double-A this year. Not doing great this year. -1. Negative point WAR. Hasn't been great WAR-wise. To the games, a 30-65. And to me, he has a 32-58. Good leader, adaptability, work ethic. Exactly what you want to see. The ratings aren't great. A little above average. The changeup's already developed very, very well, 55, so that's a plus already. Great stamina, good hold runner, throws the ball hard. And then what was his history? He was a 2021, basically first round draft pick, the 45th overall, supplemental. So picked him up. So he's 6'10", 225, big boy. So Jake Higgins, and this other guy, Tony Grigo. So the 9th overall prospects there. And with that, we're going to hop in here. So picking up both of them moves us up the ranks, and now we're 11th. I think we just had Mayer and Anglin. I think we were like 20th maybe 16th, something like that. But we moved up a couple spots up to 11th. The Twins are still, I think the Twins were like 2nd or 3rd. And we've got 2 of the top prospects, and they're still 6th, so they're still sitting well. Take a look here at the Twins. And they're pushing for the division, 35-28, so the trade makes sense for them. Check out their pitching. They're pitching. Yes, so Boyle gets right into the closer role there. So that's good for them. And then lineup-wise, the Gonzalez is on the bench, but Bailey's now their starting catcher. Looks like, actually, excuse me, I thought he was a backup, but this Jeffers guy wasn't great. Take a look here at their batting stats. They put Bailey right in. Gonzalez is, a backup, but they're really going for it this year. The Twins were, in first place. Not sure how they've done in years past, but it makes sense for them. Then we'll go, I think, the Cincinnati Reds. We made a trade with them as well. Who did we trade then? That was Lancelotti for Mazzotti. So Mazzotti is their 4th or 5th outfielder. Keep him up there in the majors. So that's good for them. And then we trade with Miami Marlins. I forget what we gave them. Well, we gave them Velasquez is now their starting left fielder every day, right? And batting 3rd. So they really need a big power hitter. I'm not sure how they're doing. We'll check out the standings here. So Miami, a little, they're behind us, but they need a big bopper. Kind of hate to trade in division, but, they're still kind of on their heels there. The Reds, they're going for it as well here. I'm not sure why they agreed to get rid of Lancelotti, but we gave them, I forget who we gave them already. I just talked about them. So we get Mazzotti, so maybe they need a little more, offense or something. I don't know. I guess the bullpen was solid. So that's what happened there. We'll go back to team home screen here, and so here's our lineup right now. Siani, Tawa, Lindor, Bohm, Michael Siani gets brought up from AAA, having a pretty good year. 1.5 WAR, batting .303. So with Velasquez gone, the brothers are united once again. Rendon sticking at 3rd. Turang takes over at second base for Gonzalez. The bat's not great, but he's good in the bases, good steal, good base running, good defense there. Check out his fielding stats. I'm not sure myself, but positive. Yep. So 0.2 overall WAR zone rating in his career. So the bat's not going to be there, but he'll play good defense. Maybe that will help us. And then there's Sanchez in there. Did I do anything else? Yep. Kehoe came back up from the minors as well. He went down. I don't think he even played yet. He didn't even play a game. But I was gonna demote him. Then brought him back down, brought him back up. So I actually used one of his options. So that kind of sucks. Wogu, yep, he's been with us for the full year as well. Batting at $170. No real trade offers for him. I think Tejada was up here already. He was, and I think I brought up, McGovern, backup first base. And I found out, or saw I had a backup first baseman. So Keegan was having an okay year down there, 30 years old. See how he does this year for us. A nice backup for Bohm. Defense is okay. but also a good bat off the bench now that Velasquez is gone. And then Fletcher has been up for a game already before I made this trade. He can probably fit in there for Gonzalez if he needs to be, or third base. He can play shortstop if Lindor needs a day off, or if Rendon needs a day off. I know Tejada also plays third as well. Third base is actually his best position. So, and definitely with Rendon leaving after this year, he's not doing that well this year either. Rendon, but at 218, .2 WAR, he's really fallen off, and his fielding really too has gone down as well this year. He's actually a negative 3.5. He was positive his whole career this year, just off it. Try to shop him around. No one wants his contract at $38 million. So we're gonna have to bite the bullet with him and get him in the lineup. I think also have Tejada playing a little bit. With the DH there. So see what happens there. Pitching wise, nothing changed here. There's Carter. Carter slides into the setup role with Dominguez. That Boyle left. And Lancelotti is right now a specialist, but he's a good arm there. Only carrying 12 pitchers now, might change that. I know 13 batters. I think one of these outfielders has to go down. Maybe 5 outfielders. Maybe drop one of them down. We'll see. See what I decide. Check out the minor leagues, kind of see what's going on here. So there's Grigo slides right into single A high, and then Higgins slides into double A. So, 2 very good pitching prospects there. We'll check out here potential. Lopez doing pretty good. Lola's doing pretty good. Burris is up now there. So, pretty good at Triple A's. Got some good potential here as well. Medina, there's Ramirez, Mack. I was going to bring Mack up instead of Melendez. Melendez doing okay. Good defensively. 26 years old. He was okay, make his major league debut now, but I think I'm just going to leave Mack here, maybe baby him a little bit more, maybe have him finish out the year, maybe have him be a call-up in September. But he had a pretty good year. 1.2 WAR. My scout really likes him. The game doesn't like him that much, but stats-wise, pretty good. And he's not a great catcher, 50 ability, but he's a leader, adaptability, work ethic, so good to see there. That's really about it. Minor league-wise, doing pretty good there. There's Meyer from a couple years ago, or last year, 2 years ago. Got a cup of coffee last year. See what happens this year when their season gets underway. There's Nunez, and then Bigelow was last year. Last year's first-round draft pick. So, again, 2 pretty good shortstops down the system, and always in the international complex. Some pretty good players that are a couple years away. Take a look here at the potential once again. So, I got good second baseman. There's Piñol, Peralta, Mojica, Sembria, all pretty good there. But if you look at actually the ratings by OSA likes them a whole hell of a lot more. So first baseman in the future, second baseman in the future, left fielder, shortstop, plus good shortstops here. So that's why I really needed, some pitching depth in the system, because obviously these guys are 16, 17, so they're probably 4 years away from really doing anything spectacular. Grigo's 21, Higgins 23, so Higgins is probably a little closer to the majors than Grigo. Then good outfield prospect, there's Burris, and Clifford. If we actually take a look, I think I did this last time, we take a look at OSA rankings for my system. You can see that there's some pretty good prospects, pretty good players coming up through the system here. Just take a quick look here. I know it's not the best minor league system. As I said, we got the 2 pitchers, Grigo and Higgins. I think Meyer was on there, and then the pitcher Anglin up here. So 4 or 5 top prospects. So Medina, has got a cup of coffee before in the majors. Wasn't great. I think I had him this year, but just wasn't doing good this year. I don't know. He's .4 WAR. Last couple of years been with us, so I did demote him. Maybe he can, do a little bit better there. Mokma, Ramirez has had a cup of coffee, just demoted him as well. Mokma was up for a couple starts, went 0-3, 10.13 WAR, and dropping right back down. So, a bunch of 4A guys right now. There's Higgins, this Sug guy looking pretty good. Not sure how he was doing this year. It wasn't AAA. He was doing, -5 WAR, so dropped him back down. So a lot of guys kind of in between levels here. So I think that will do it. Not sure how long this video is. Normally I time it. I forgot. Hopefully it's not too bad. Next time I will join you guys probably for the All-Star break. I'll let you guys know how everyone's doing. And probably play a game then. So again, thank you guys for joining me. The big, big day here in the Phillies franchise. Trade away, Boyle and Gonzalez, my first pick. So see what happens. Kind of didn't really. I guess I did give up on the year. Take a look more depth here at the standings. What's our wild card wise? 6 games back on the wild card, so we're kind of out of it. So see what happens. So again, as always, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.